Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trust of tag go over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Liv Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, ScooterRay Hart, aka ScooterRay.
First and foremost, I just saw Jaeger's face. Secondly, let me take a sip of this water because we're gonna be doing some talking.
So. I'm gonna follow that up. I might just have to take a shot, sir. Anyways,
and of course, you heard him before he got announced, ladies. The heartthrob of the IWC, Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic. If WWE slips up and release Shotzi Blackheart, he might have a heart attack.
Just even thinking about it, it's like, whoa.
Right? Just the realization of it. It's just whoa.
It depends on where she goes. But
yeah.
That will be discussed.
Yeah, this kind of caught all of us off guard. I mean, clearly, if you don't know, you're about to find out. I would be baffled at those of you who are finding this out for the first time, but we are definitely going to give our thoughts and opinions on it and whatever else Scoot has. But I know this is definitely top tier news right here. So Scoot, hit us with it.
WWE is doing WWE things. And some of y'all might be like, well, what does that mean, Scoot? They decided to release more talent today. Now, you're like, oh, they release talent all the time. Kind of not to this magnitude.
Not really.
I mean, Santana Garrett, she was on NXT. She wasn't featured as much, but Santana Garrett, Ruby Riott, who just had a match last Friday, Braun Strowman, yes, you heard me right, the monster among men, Braun Strowman.
The choo-choo train himself.
Aleister Black, who just came back.
And isn't
what's supposed to be getting ready for a feud?
Isn't Zelina rumored to be coming back too?
Well, I don't know now.
Rumored.
And Aleister was just about to be involved in a feud with Big E because he cost Big E the Intercontinental title.
Right.
Then we have the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the person who has probably been disrespected the most and still was a company woman, Lana.
Stuck through all of that.
She went through 9 tables in 9 weeks, and she was still there. She did the job.
She didn't even get a push.
Not to piss off this one here.
Oh, trust me. I'm definitely going to get into it.
She lost her tag team title shot because of an injury to Charlotte Flair. That woman went through it. Found her tag team partner in Naomi. They still wouldn't give them the tag team titles. But we're about to dive into that. But yes, Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Lana, Ruby Riott, Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett. There are rumors that there could be more. But so far, those 6 have been released today. Whoever wants to go first between you two gentlemen?
Yeah, I think the best way to go about this is just kind of go down the list of each individual. Now, I'll go ahead and say this. Santana Garrett, when I first heard that name, because that was the first name I heard, it wasn't one thing that kind of just shook the bridge. I wasn't really surprised because she wasn't being used. So,
I said who? But
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and to me, she's in the same boat as Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green got hurt twice. They ended up letting her go. But with Santana Garrett, I don't know if she had got called up to the main roster, but if she had
matches, but I don't think she was officially on the main roster.
Okay, well then, yeah, this is somebody who can benefit more by going to like Impact or something. So this is why I'm not too worried about this one, because she, somebody that wasn't used prominently can find success elsewhere and better for her. Y'all have anything to say on Santana Garrett?
Who? No, sorry, that's rude. I mean, again, at least with NXT Talent, you just signed a deal for your less utilized talent, and here you go releasing more people.
Yeah,
that's really all I have to say.
At least I can see a Santana Garrett being featured on like AEW Dark or Elevation, help boost talent,
or go to Ring of Honor or Impact, something.
Yeah, like, so I can see her. So as far as Santana Garrett, I can see her definitely being on AEW Dark or Elevations, to help the talent that they're ready to, no pun intended, elevate.
Yeah,
I can see Santana Garrett being those ones who has that.
Definitely Dark first though.
0-17 record, shit like that.
True.
But
next one I think is probably an obvious one is Lana. It's not a blow to her because Miro is doing perfectly fine. Now she doesn't really have to go back into the world of professional wrestling. She can do her own thing if she truly wanted to.
I mean, she was an actress.
True, absolutely, and that's why this doesn't really hurt her. It sucks for her because of the way that she got treated after Miro got released. So
very true.
During that, it was very disrespectful to her for them to go through all of that and just again to fucking push the Charlotte agenda because she didn't need the fucking tag titles. You paired Lana with fucking Asuka. This could have elevated Lana as a legit talent because I think I heard rumors about people in the back saying that Lana actually could, she actually could wrestle like legitimately. But because you put her in this slot instead of actually pushing her abilities, you basically just held yet another superstar back and handcuffed them due to whatever agenda you want to push, whether you were mad at Miro, which is your fault because you let him go, and then two, to benefit Charlotte for no fucking reason because she didn't need the tag titles in the first place. So, yeah, it's better. I'm glad Lana's gone for her benefit.
Same.
So yeah, the floor is open for that one.
I mean, if she still wants to wrestle, I'm sure she has a home at AEW for sure. If she's still I don't know. I feel like she's heavier on her social media presence than she is in ring. So
the missus made a joke about her possibly being like a full-time TikToker or something like that.
I mean, hey, if you want to be a brand ambassador in that way, go for it. Just make your money. I can't shame her for whatever she does after putting up with 9 weeks, fucking 2 months plus of tables.
Right?
Yeah. Now the next four, this is why I saved these four here because I came on here I think 2 days ago when we did the review of Double or Nothing, and I said that they should be careful with who they bring over because they bring over more WWE talent. It may hinder them. Right. I hate that because when you have these caliber of wrestlers, it's hard to not want to put them somewhere that's going to help benefit them.
Well, let me start off with one. To me personally, Buddy Murphy would be a better fit and Impact to me.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think
Buddy Murphy will be better in Impact only because it's too many. I'm gonna say too many. It's a lot of people like him with that whole X division, so he could fit right in.
Oh, that is good. That's perfect.
So I think Buddy Murphy would be perfect for Impact. Not to say that he won't be perfect for AEW, but I think Impact would be a great home right now for Buddy Murphy.
As far as Strowman goes, I think we can give him a nice little wave goodbye because apparently, I've caught this in a couple articles now. There was an interview with him. If he were to ever leave WWE, he'd want to retire from wrestling and go back into strongman competitions.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
So we may or may not see him, but I think it might be more likely he just retires from wrestling.
Interesting.
Now for the remaining two.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all ran through Braun Strowman on that one because I'm glad Jaeger brought that up too because I wouldn't know where he could go. I mean, somebody would pick him up, obviously, but if that's the case, I think he would benefit more from that aspect because I think it would be less fucking stressful on him.
Yeah. Can you get, bro? You were all up in here. At least put your face in the camera.
Tommy In or Aleister Black.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Ooh.
But if he had to stay in the States, of course, AEW.
Can you imagine him versus Pac?
Oh.
That's immediately what I want to see.
Okay. All right. So okay. Now that you've said that, I'm getting chills thinking about that now.
Yeah.
So okay. So this would be the perfect way to kind of keep Pac away from the AEW championship for now. If you bring Aleister Black in and have them feud, take my money. Take my fucking money.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't end up putting him in like a prominent position when it comes to like the fucking AEW championship. You would pull him just like you did with Miro. I mean, well, not just like Miro, because Miro kind of started off a little rocky, but in the sense of not having him immediately go after like a fucking title. So yeah, sign me up for that. Yeah, but if that's the case, the New Japan absolutely. If he wants to go to Ring of Honor, which I don't think so, but I know they would throw money at him for it. But yeah, New Japan or which I guess if New Japan and AEW, you technically are at both for the most part. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Just deciding where to call home. Damn, him at fucking New Japan though.
You see? And this is the thing about with New Japan having this vacant world title. Because now with all these people that got released, there's so many possibilities of where they can go as far as talent wise. So especially with American talent.
Can y'all imagine Aleister with Suzuki-gun? That's immediately the faction I thought of him joining, but I mean, shit, even Bullet Club.
No,
it's a little too crowded. No, it's a little too crowded at Bullet Club. Let's do Suzuki-gun.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have him join Bullet Club. That wouldn't make any sense for me. Before we get into Ruby Riott, do we know if they all have 30-day or 90-day no complete peak clauses?
They never said. None of the reports I saw never said anything about the complete clause.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that changed. I guess we'll have to wait to see how that comes up, especially if there's going to be more releases potentially. But now let's go to Ruby Riott.
Justice for Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott definitely. I can't not see her at AEW.
Neither can I.
AEW needs Ruby Riott right now.
Yeah, because they would treat her way better than WWE did, clearly. Because with the whole Riott squad, they all should have had gold by now. Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan should have had the tag titles. Ruby should have had one of the women's championships. Period.
Yes.
And especially with how Liv and Ruby had worked on WrestleMania, they clearly should have won that gauntlet match and went on to beat Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Yes,
that should have been your winners at WrestleMania. So they messed up on two occasions with one the Riott squad and then two just the tag team with Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott as a Riott squad. Yeah, she definitely needs to AEW. Tony Khan, throw money at her. I'm sure she would take very little, but throw money at her. Throw money at her now. Impact, like Scoot said, you have a new king of the X division in Buddy Murphy. throw money at him because you have a potential world champion in him as well. But as of right now, throw money at him. Throw money at him yesterday.
Now to piggyback with this story, there's also sources to say, is it possible that WWE is about to sell the company?
If you didn't say that, I was gonna.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
I mean, as the explanation goes, it was, what do you do when you're about to sell a company? You want to drive up the worth? You want to like drive up your overall wealth into the company, or at least if you're a shareholder, you want to just sell off and get all the money you can out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to see if there's more releases beyond this, and like, because if there's any other big names like the ones that are just dropped today, then the speculation would lean more towards, then yes, they are probably looking at selling. And if they're selling, it's got to be to NBC. Like, they've already like gave them the foot in the door with exclusive streaming services for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think?
I think
my question
is too much.
I think at this point my attention immediately goes to one Nick Khan, who is, I guess, the president now. I believe. Okay, yeah. So the president of WWE at this point. My attention goes there because to think about, one, the whole New Japan stuff. Then immediately, pretty much after that, you have these releases. Something's going on.
Oh, stocks. You talk about merging with New Japan. You're trying to drive up stock values at that point.
Something's happening, and I'm pretty sure he has a lot to do with it. I don't know how long he's been in that position.
I think it's only a couple of years.
Has it been?
Hold on. Let me. You're going to keep talking, but I'm going to look it up. I think it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah, because and even now, like, I'm seeing a lot of stuff online that's showing like basically how he's coming through and just trying to like make a whole bunch of changes. So
interesting.
Yeah, this is
I can also see him getting rid of people to try and make room for some reason, make room for NXT talent that's going to be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Which will, yeah.
I mean, and my thing is this too. It's like, I mean, let's say these changes are happening, obviously, but why this? I mean, they clearly know that the viewership is going down. There is no way that they don't know that a lot of people in the IWC, people in the YouTube community, people that's just fans around that have just completely stopped watching Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to specifically say Raw for this because SmackDown's still kind of hanging on by a thread, a strong thread at that. But for the most part, there's very little substance in SmackDown as it is. I mean, they got a few storylines going, but for the most part, the majority, at least a good 80% of the show, is unwatchable at times. So
yeah.
So they have to know the general consensus amongst the people that's consuming this has to be going down the drain. So my thing is, what does this do to help them rather than them just trying to fix the situation with either the writers, backstage events, whatever the problem may be. So especially if the fact they're releasing major talent, and just like Jaeger said, maybe they are trying to bring in NXT talent to kind of revitalize the main roster, but is that really going to help if that's the case?
Depending on who.
So the issue that's going to be is, you was kind of hinting at it last week. SmackDown now only has like 4 or 5 women now, or something like that. So
it's going down there now. Shit,
wait,
I think so.
Weren't we at like 10?
No, we were at 10 last time.
Well, with them
Holy
releasing
shit.
Ruby, it's like 7 or something like that now. But
Jeez.
the issue that's gonna come up is unless they're about to usher in a lot of NXT people into the main roster,
Which I don't see them doing.
either depending on what happens with that main event that we talk about later, I can see 4
Sure.
people out of that 5
Yeah.
going right on up.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
actually, any 4 of the combination of the 5 can go right on up to the main roster.
Shit. That's true.
So now, as far as the women goes, unless they about to get ready to do some quote unquote shots of adrenaline, which maybe they might have thought the New Japan deal would have happened, there might be a whole new roster.
No, I mean 2 women I can immediately think of coming up from NXT. One got abused last week, the other one got abused this week.
It's gonna get abused next Sunday. Yeah, I said.
Look, you might be right. I don't know. I have faith though.
But I don't know, cause like you said, SmackDown is hanging on by a thread, and Raw, it's been a good solid month now since I watched Raw, and even with New Day debuting new gear and all of that, they still can't save me from wanting to watch 3 hours of Raw.
That was nice ass gear though.
It is. If you didn't see it, Xavier Woods is the White Ranger and Kofi is the Green Ranger. But
they had helmets too.
Yes.
Like, oh.
But yeah, like it's rough over there. I mean, the ratings keep dropping and keep fluctuating. It's rough over there. But I don't know, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if the plan is to possibly sell the company, expand it some way. They trying to look towards NXT as the future. I really don't know. This is one thing to where I really can't guess anything WWE is doing.
Yeah, and it's a thing for me too because I heard
watch it unfold.
And I heard JD shout out to JD from NY who said this I think on Monday because he's one of the few people that still covers Monday Night Raw, and he even said he's like coming back and then watching because he was at Double or Nothing live. He said he says I don't see how anybody can watch Double or Nothing and then turn around and watch Raw.
Oh no!
And it just makes no sense. Just the differences between it. So then I thought about that even more because even watching NXT. And I watch NXT and I see that even the matchups, everything is consistent and coincides with the story. So any matchup that happens, even if there is a rematch that happens, there's a reason for it. It's nothing that's nonsensical. And you can see even now, even if they do have a rematch with somebody else or if they repeat a match, it still feels fresh.
Right.
So, I mean, case in point, Finn Balor and Karrion Kross, the last match they had is kind of a letdown compared to the first one, but granted that was still very soon. But again, there was a reason for it. They're getting that shit out the way because, and I'll talk about it more when we get into the NXT review as to why that made sense now, but it made sense for reasons of its own that I'll get into obviously. But yeah, nothing feels monotonous when you watch NXT.
No.
And the same thing with AEW. AEW, they rarely have fucking rematches like that. So, it's crazy. It's especially with the amount of talent that you have. You should be hurting for rematches if that's the case. There should be you having so many people to have matchups with to where you shouldn't even think of rematches at a point in time, especially with the shit that we've seen with.
But then the bad part of the way Raw does it, for instance, RK Bro has been beefing with New Day.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll get the New Day versus RK Bro. Then we'll get Xavier Woods versus Riddle. Xavier Woods versus Randy.
Orton.
And it's like, y'all literally gonna just do this? Like this is what's happening. We're gonna get the same combination of the people.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, like okay, just like now at Hell in a Cell, Drew McIntyre beat Kofi Kingston to be number one contender. So now Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, the third pay-per-view in some form.
Which for me is very inconsistent because how many times have we seen somebody beat the champion in a non-title match and then go on to be number one contender? But now they do this to where it's like he beats Bobby Lashley in a non-title match and then has to fight for number one contendership against Drew McIntyre. Completely inconsistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially because McIntyre already lost at Backlash, right?
He lost at Backlash, lost at WrestleMania.
So he's already lost his 2 matches. All right, 2 out of 3. You're gone. Like done. Like bring us Kofi Mania again. Let's go.
Or something at least. But yeah.
Because Kofi would have been a fresh matchup for Bobby for the title.
Oh yeah.
I don't get how they want us to just keep tuning into the same variation of matches
with zero creativity involved.
With zero creativity. I mean, what? Reggie beat Shayna Baszler this week?
Why is that even happening?
Because Shayna's tired of Reggie.
Who?
Reginald, the dude that was with Carmella before.
Wait, the guy beat up Shayna Baszler?
Okay, so I had to get filled in on this. Apparently, Alexa Bliss has been working her little voodoo magic or whatever. So Shayna's getting tired of Reggie because of Nia.
Wait, wasn't he with Carmella?
Well, after Carmella, okay, so remember around the time with Carmella, he kind of started veering off with Sasha and Bianca.
Right.
Carmella fired him.
Okay.
Then Nia Jax picked him up, and he's been with them
to be their sommelier.
No, just there.
Just a manager.
I wouldn't even say that.
Eesh.
The motherfucker just there. I almost said something else. The motherfucker just there. But he's just there. Shayna's getting tired of it, so Shayna's like, "I'm gonna fight you one-on-one." So during their match, I guess they're alluding to Alexa Bliss was setting off the pyro on the ring post, like the fire, like Kane's like fire. And from that, cause a distraction, Reggie pins Shayna Baszler. 1, 2, 3.
So we're having intergender matches now at WWE.
Not so much intergender, more of we're gonna put the men who can be beaten by women.
Kind of like how it was with
Ellsworth.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oscar and Ellsworth. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't expect to see Drew McIntyre against Nia Jax anytime soon, but like,
yeah, because this is Reggie's second time fighting a woman because he did fight Sasha.
Did he?
Yeah,
I must have missed that.
Yeah, not surprising. SmackDown. Because Carmella had wanted that other rematch, and then Sasha was like, "Well, I give you your rematch if I can beat up Reggie."
Is this part of this women empowerment thing that they do?
I don't know. But Raw has been going down the hole so much to where they really don't know what to do anymore.
It really looks like it. Jeez, this is why I haven't watched since before the Mania Raw.
And like I said, Raw after Mania was the last one I successfully watched myself.
Right.
But here it is. You release talent that you could use.
Especially Ruby Riott, Aleister Black. Strowman had a shit story, but he could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy just underutilized as well. All right.
Yeah, he's a legit like definite mid-carder. Ruby Riott, a definite utility player in the women's division.
Yep.
How do you release a talent like that? And it's the same thing for Buddy Murphy. Just a legit fucking talent.
Right.
So I truly don't understand. Like to me it makes no sense because I look at AEW and I look at how they deal with because I mean their roster is fucking extensive and they've made sure that they built shows around that. And then you look at a show like Raw that has 3 fucking hours and you keep putting out the same talent, rinse and repeat over and over again without introducing new people.
They got 20-something male superstars. And
no, they got 41.
It was like
41 male superstars. And you telling me you can't
40.
keep a fucking rotation?
40 now.
40, excuse me, 40 now.
Yeah.
But you telling me you can't keep a consistent rotation?
Apparently not.
That's
why last time I had said somebody said Raw stands for rematch ass wrestling.
Yeah, it's true.
But like I titled it, WWE doing WWE things.
Indeed. Indeed.
Before we get sad, I think we should move on.
Yeah. What else we got?
That was really it. I mean, that kind of overshadowed anything that I was going to really say because it kind of came out of nowhere. Like nobody
that shook everybody.
This. So,
yeah, shook was a word for it. I was just when I read it, I was
because the thing was kind of like how you said, Lip Santana Garrett, Braun Strowman was the first name I saw.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Strowman was the first name I saw.
I saw the list of 6 altogether. So when I saw the whole list, I was like,
I saw Strowman first, then I saw the list.
I didn't believe the list at first. I had to go and do some fact checking. Then I popped off and saw 2-3 articles of it, and I was just
and it's crazy how they're consistently doing these releases on a fucking Wednesday,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's like what the 3rd or 4th Black Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. It's like this shit may be by design, man. I swear.
Ironically, Aleister Black got released on a Black Wednesday.
Right.
Look, I mean, but I doubt these. I'm pretty sure that the majority of this talent is going to find work almost immediately.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm not truly worried about it, because it's not like somebody that got released that wouldn't be able to find anything. And if Santana Garrett was, there was a male version of Santana Garrett, then yeah, maybe you can be like, shit, I don't know. But because there's a lot of places where a lot of women can flourish elsewhere, like it's a feeding ground for women in professional wrestling right now. So they got she is gonna pull a Ty Conti in this case. So not surprised, but
now I'm gonna pull up Santana Garrett.
But yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
Santana Garrett. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is she Ashley D'Amboise though?
You know what? She might be.
I gotta get into Googling.
I was gonna say like Santana Garrett. Was Santana Garrett though?
Santana Garrett. I'm gonna look at her. Watch. I'm gonna pull up her picture. I'm gonna look at her face and be like, "Oh,
you might be." Especially when you see the outfit.
Oh yeah, but yeah, since that new segment, which I'm pretty sure that's it's bulked up, so it's no surprise the reason I took that long because that's breaking shit right there. But we could jump into this NXT review here.
NXT.
NXT caught me up.
Sorry.
Oh, you see now? You see?
Yeah. I caught her in a few matches, but Santana Garrett though. Yeah. No.
Oh, you got lost in the sauce for a second. She caught your eye.
Oh.
You there? Okay, we're good. We good?
He was froze.
What was I doing?
You were froze, but it was the way you were looking.
Yeah, you like you were just looking down. Oh, look, there it is again.
Hold on, I'm fixing it.
But the way you were looking down at your phone, like you was like Santana Garrett, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Yes,
that was perfect. Yeah, no,
maybe,
you're good. You're
maybe. Okay, good. The way I what?
Is that the way you were looking down at the screen though was like you were just like zoned in.
Yes.
Oh no, because I was scrolling through like Google Images and I didn't notice it because they did her so wrong on WWE 2K20.
Wait, she was in 2K20?
Apparently, I'm seeing pictures of her, and damn, they fucked her up.
Damn, I didn't make one of the games.
They did her no justices. I'm just seeing pictures of like her character model. It's terrible.
But
I feel like I have seen her in the ring a few times, but it didn't remind me off the top of my head.
But yeah, NXT surprised me in a number of ways, but it surprised me how fast it seemed to fly by. But after thinking about it, I realized it's because of the first match and the main event. And the first surprise came in the form of the triple threat match, which I assumed was going to be the main event with the way that it was being booked. And when this match went on, I felt bad because one, I watched how these guys work, and Kyle O'Reilly, Jesus Christ, this guy can fucking work. I mean, you think you've seen him in fucking with Finn Balor, but then watching him in this match, how fluid he was with just every fucking thing he was doing. It's crazy, but at the same time, it's a complete disservice to all three of these guys because, and I figured it out because I had to figure out an analogy that was going to work, and then I thought about it because there's maybe like 10% of the world that hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z, and for me, watching NXT in this form with these guys in this match competing to go against Karrion Kross, with the way that Karrion Kross has been built up, it's like watching Yamcha, Krillin, and Tien getting ready to fight each other to compete against Ultra Instinct Goku. You know that it's not, there's no point.
I was going to say same combination, but that take it way back as far as DBZ goes.
Okay, fair enough.
Them competing to fight against Nappa, who goes first, kind of a thing.
Okay, so yeah, and that's why, like, watching this match, I'm enjoying the ring work that's going on, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, they're gearing up for the inevitable.
Yeah,
and that's how I was watching this, and then something happened. Something
beautiful happened.
Adam Cole, baby.
I
guess he got jazzed up from watching Britt Baker win the AEW Women's Championship and just said, "Hey, fuck all this shit. I need to go get some gold around my waist." So he came into the CWC and he proceeded to fuck shit up all over the place. And what a showing it was, because the moment he came out, I was like, you know what? I'm not done with Cole competing for the NXT World Championship. No. I'm not done with it at all.
After that.
Because
not after that.
His character work, the intensity is just crazy. And
you want to get into his promo as well while we're here?
Oh no, we're going to get into that too, because there's definitely something I got to bring up on that one as well.
Oh, I'm just saying, might as well combine them, but yeah.
Well, because there's something we got to get out the way too, but yeah. So Regal came out, and this. Go ahead.
Mr. Regal was a very busy man.
Yeah.
Last night he was quite.
This is what makes me believe that what I came back and said like a couple weeks ago, where I said that there has to be something to everybody, like with Regal losing somewhat control, because the beginning of this show was like
chaos.
Regal, like just complete chaos. Like no, it's like almost nobody was listening to Regal, because once Cole was talking back to Regal, he super kicked O'Reilly. and then walked away. Then he was just talking back to Regal over and over again. And then out of nowhere, Ember Moon just walks past them and goes straight to the fucking ring. Gets on the mic.
I never heard a bell. I never heard a bell. like okay, this is a disqualification. No winner. Like nothing. Like just
it's just completely done.
Yeah,
and I don't mean Pete Dunne, but yeah, she came in there, got on the mic, and she just said, "Hey, Raquel, get your big ass out here."
Hey, wait! Before we continue, Ember Moon though.
Ember talking about big ass. Anyways,
right? Right?
I knew I wasn't the only one who saw that.
I was sitting there like Ember Moon,
Ember.
Ember came out. She was big mad, and she showed she was big mad because Raquel came out, and I think Raquel got some highlights now. What it seemed like.
Raquel Gonzalez Lowe.
Yo.
Hey Raquel, right on cue. Right on cue. Hey Raquel.
Yeah,
Mommy Cool.
And Big Mommy Cool was big mad as well because she did not take too kindly to being called out like that. No. And she got into that ring and went at Ember. But Ember, I think Ember was bigger mad because that super kick was flush. And that forearm that she hit was way flush. Because I felt that.
Beautiful.
And then Regal came out again, trying to control the situation. And he had Raquel under control for a little bit because he had help. But Raquel was just playing it up. So that way Dakota Kai could come out and wreck shop on Ember Moon.
Did that shit in Tim's.
Yeah, she did.
She came out and she came out looking like damn, but she went
Dakota.
Yes, though, guys.
That's what I was saying the entire time. Twice.
Showing some kind of Australian or some kind of Kiwis, New Zealand. I don't know. Which one is she from? Australia or New Zealand?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Apparently the two hate each other. But New Zealand. I didn't know they had Tims in New Zealand.
Hey, look, the Kiwi buzzsaw
she got
whatever she wants. So she wants Tim. She gonna find Tim. So
she got to stomping real quick.
Yeah, she did. And then that clearly is going to set up. Well, I mean, Ember had her backstage interview after that later on, but clearly setting up a match with now everybody's calling her lackey Dakota.
Right.
So I think that's going to play in to the fact of Raquel and Dakota's feud because she keeps continuously being called that, and she continues to be that prerequisite everybody has to get through before getting to Raquel. So that may end up eating at her. But I'm glad that they're not pulling the trigger on this breaking up feud yet between Dakota and Raquel because I want them to truly build to this because I think that it's gonna feed into Raquel becoming a face. So yeah, but this whole segment just completely it caught me off guard. One with the match being first, two with how good the match was, and then Adam Cole to Ember Moon coming out to Raquel and Dakota, everything just seamless, nonstop. I enjoyed every bit of it because it was perfect way to open up the fucking show and continue like the pace of how everything went because
organized chaos.
Exactly. And basically with this being the first half of the show, the only downside to basically the first hour of this show was what happened next. Well, no, not what happened next. What happened after this was when we came back from commercial, we showed Drake Maverick coming into the CWC and then being stopped by dumbass Everrise because last week when he stopped them and then actually showed Indy where Dexter Lumis could have been, they apparently got mad at that. So
wait, what? They did.
Yeah, that's why they stopped him, because that's when you had Scoot's favorite stable, Hit Row, roll on up.
Yeah, bro.
And first they mouthed off to Everrise, because even they had said, because I think once Hit Row pulled up, they were like, oh, here comes the what the fuck did he say? Mr. Music himself or something like that. And then they tried to say something about Top Dollar, said Money King or something, whatever they said. But they came out and then they mouthed off to Everrise real quick to shut them up. Gave them like 2 seconds, which is all they need. That's too much. That's whatever. But then then Swerve start talking to Drake Maverick.
Yeah.
Drake Maverick got heart.
He does.
But Drake Maverick gonna lose heart because then Killian Dane stepped up, helping out his little buddy, which of course Swerve called him his little buddy. Said you better get your little buddy, but then Killian Dane said if you mess with him, then you messing with me. So now they on the hit list.
Unfortunately for Killian Dane, next week when you fight Isaiah Swerve Scott, you just another name on the hit list, Killian.
Damn.
Maybe you should have joined Imperium. Maybe you should have left your little buddy. I don't know. But you just now added to the hit list, my guy. I'm sorry, Killian. I'm sorry. It's just how it happens.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. On the hit list.
But yeah, the only downside to this first hour is we got good old LA Knight, no problem there, wrestling Jake Van Atlas. The problem is, and it's funny because when LA Knight was on the mic, he even stated, it's like, I'm wrestling, I think, Jake Atlas. And I was like, it's funny that he said that because he clearly wrestled him in a very short match like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So then I was like, all right, cool. Maybe this match will be a bit quicker. It was not.
It was quite the opposite of that.
Very, very. I tried to fast forward through this match, and it surprised me how much I had to fast forward through.
Like literally, I was watching, like I said in pre-production, I was watching Boss Carter. Shouts out Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. I was watching Boss Carter finishing up RE8, and when he started, it was at the tail end of the Ember Dakota Raquel segment. Then I was like, okay, LA Knight, he did this little promo when he was walking to the ramp and it went to commercial. So I was like, all right, bet. Then when it came back, I saw that he was fighting Jake. I was like, all right, bet. I was watching for a while. I turned back. Like, wait, this match went to commercial. I was like, okay. I turned back, went back. I was like, oh, this match is still happening. What is happening right now? And it was like, was there something that I was missing here? Like, why was this match so long for Jake to end up winning?
I think the only excuse is because of the Ted DiBiase story.
Absolutely, because Jake Van Atlas also ended up beating Cameron Grimes. So what you know what's gonna be funny is all this shit with Jake Van Atlas, and he might end up being the person that Ted DiBiase takes under his wing.
Oh, please no.
Now, can I give just a small little shout out to Jake Atlas? I will actually say his name correctly. NXT is celebrating Pride Month, and I'm assuming the way it's been looking, I think Jake Atlas did come out as gay.
Oh.
And if that is the case, that is very courageous of you. Especially in this day and age, motherfuckers is still ignorant and still stupid. So I'll still give you credit. I'll give you credit for that. whether you're a supporter, an advocate, or LGBTQ. I will give credit for that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, he did come out. Yeah,
he did come
is
out?
good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But, bruh, you need to have some type of oomph to you, some type of something. You're just a blank slate, my guy. Like,
hey, look, Jake, look, hey, all power to you. Pride Month and everything. Cool beans. You're still vanilla. I'm not changing that.
Still vanilla. Like,
so I will call you Jake Vanatlis until something different
I agree.
happens.
I just want to show love. I just want to show love because that's a brave thing to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just want to show love
all day, all day.
Oh yeah.
But everybody gets the same energy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. but
we are going to get Cameron Grimes, LA Knight at In Your House.
And see, watch. They're going to wrestle a good fucking match. It's going to come to a head, and then you're going to find out it was all for nothing because Ted DiBiase is going to take Jake Vanatlis under his wing and give him the $1 million title. Watch that shit be the case. And then watch me get pissed off because what's going to happen is that right then, after that, that's going to be the edge that he needs for me to actually appreciate Jake Atlas.
They've not given him any indication of some kind of $1 million worthiness, though. Aside from beating Cameron Grimes and LA Knight.
But see, that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, Ted DiBiase saw something in him, and that's why he's taking him. Be some bullshit like that. Craziness. But because I think in NXT, which is, I mean, in Triple H as well, they have their finger on the pulse. So they can kind of see things for what it is and then act upon it accordingly. So, hell, look what they did with Legado del Fantasma. Mm-hmm. They knew what they were doing. Got me. So shit. Hey, go figure. But from there, we go to some good shit. Because Adam Cole.
Hold on. You got the entrance, you got the music, you got the girl. They doing everything to make you feel special. You know how they make Adam Cole feel special? They ring the freaking bell. Bars.
Yeah, Adam Cole again. It's crazy. This is how you know when you have a legit superstar, because when you have somebody that's been gone, like absence legitimately.
2 months.
He was gone. He came back, and when he came back, it's almost like one, didn't miss a beat, but then two, you forgot how good he was. It's just like just having to just remember. And that's why because even before he left, I was like, you know what? Adam's been champ for a while. Cool. We got Balor's champ. Cool. But then you get Cole to come back. And you're like, damn, I thought I was going to the main roster. I'm not ready for that. I'm ready for this Adam Cole in NXT. Like, crazy. But he came out and he basically laid the gauntlet down. He said, I came out, I laid all these guys out in one night. It's like that's pretty much guaranteeing him. It's like, I'm not waiting. Now, this is guaranteeing me a NXT championship. He's like, in his mind, he's still like, he's still that guy.
Still that guy.
And he was mouthing off, and Karrion didn't take long either. He didn't wait to get called out. He walked right out there, got in his face. And it's funny because even before this interaction here, I believe it was our last NXT recap that we did, and we covered like who was going to beat Cross, and Cross's just his demeanor and how it kind of overshadows a lot of things. And shout out to, I believe, Synonymous, who had commented down, and even he had said it threw me off, because even he said the one person that probably could do it would be Walter. And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what? I didn't think about that, but I like it, because it would make sense for Walter to be the UK champ and while Imperium is down here on American soil at NXT, and he started a feud with Karrion Kross, he would be the believable person to do something like that. Now, after that, though, and then seeing this, Adam Cole's stature says, hey, he's not in the same league as Karrion. But his demeanor, his promo, and his attitude emulates that of what Finn Balor does, but in a different way. And that's one of the things that I forgot while Adam Cole was away, was that he has that star power to say, you know what? I can stack up against anybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
Not to mention how beautifully they show him laying out 3 guys. It's like, oh, Adam Cole
exactly
could take on Karrion Kross.
And this is one of the reasons why I would not want Adam Cole on the main roster, because they wouldn't know how to treat him like that.
True.
And that's a sad thing, because you have NXT, Trips, their whole crew that produced this show. They're able to make all these guys look hella good in whatever scenery they have. Same thing, Santos, Karrion Kross. You have that shit. Granted, Legado del Fantasma was integral in that match with helping him, but from that point on, from that match on, it made Santos bigger than the Cruiserweight Championship. When he lost Cruiserweight Championship, you immediately saw him being able to compete for the North American Championship, for the NXT Championship. It made him a bigger star in that sense because of what they're able to do. So with this, I could see Cole taking this shit. And this is even before Regal came out and was like, hey, no, you're not about to weasel Karrion Kross into a match for the title. And of course, Karrion telling Regal to shut up, which I'm like,
that was beautiful.
And he said he doesn't care what Regal wants. He doesn't care what Cole wants. He wants all 4 of them.
He wants that Scoot level smoke.
Yeah. Which may be to his detriment, because I think at this point, you know, it's really funny, because knowing the type of character that Cole is, this could all work in his favor, because he's like, you know what, I'm playing Karrion. I know if I go up against it, but if I call him out on how I think he is, he's not just going to challenge me. He's going to include everybody else, making it easier for me to not have to worry about him. I can just pin somebody else. And it works out perfectly for story. And it works out in what Jaeger was saying about the call-ups. And same thing, Scoot, because I think you said it too, Scoot. With any, like, you can see all four of those guys in that match.
The 4 losers can be called up.
So, yeah, this could clearly be Karrion's like way out. Period. So,
you know, hold on, before you continue, you said something interesting, Lip, and I'm gonna read you a statement. Shouts out to Authors of Wrestling.
We better.
He was talking about
good.
Yeah, you good. He said, today is a prime example of one of the reasons why I stopped covering Raw and SmackDown. Aside from the terrible creative, this company signs everyone to big deals, doesn't know how to use them, sucks all the interest out of them, then kicks them to the curve.
Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet.
I know. Then he goes on to say this, which I'm going to tell you why I slightly disagree with it. He said, this is the same reason why I've had issues with getting into NXT lately. It's just not the same anymore. There's no point when all your favorites are going to be called up, stripped of everything that made them, and then released in a year because they're jobbers. Now, granted, he does have points on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to hold that against the talent. It's not the talent's fault.
True.
It's not fair to say, oh, I'm not going to watch NXT because I know in a year or so they're going to get released and boom. I mean, not released, that they're going to be on the main roster. They're not going to be the same insert name. That's not fair to that wrestler, male or female. That's not fair. To just say, I don't want to watch NXT anymore because I'm afraid of liking someone, because then they get called up. They're not going to be the same person. Then within a year or two, they're gone.
Yeah, and here's one of the main problems that I've seen. I know it's been a going thing. A lot of people have said it even before me, but you know, you think about how WWE used to build superstars. You know, you think about Hulk Hogan. I could say Bret Hart to an extent, but I'm thinking about guys that transcended wrestling. You know, you think about Hulk Hogan. You think about The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, John Cena, Batista, just those guys there, just at that point, they've all gone on to do way bigger things and garner more popularity and more fame that transcends WWE to where they don't need WWE. And the problem with that, and I think that I think it lies with Vince. I think Vince is so afraid of building somebody else, like investing that time just to lose them to whatever, that he is afraid to push people beyond beyond their own capabilities, because you know it's almost like that parent that sees potential in a child but is so afraid to lose them that they hold them back completely.
Well, it's funny you said that, because our favorite wrestling manager said that a while ago. He said there will never be another mega star in WWE. Because
there be a John Cena, never be a Rock. Yeah.
Because Vince will never want them to have leverage like that again.
Yeah. Which is sad for the most part, because and that's why I'm glad that you said that, Scoop, because of the whole it not being the talent's fault. It's not the talent's fault, because I mean I'm pretty sure Ricochet and Seth Rollins would love to tear the house down. Same thing with Nakamura and AJ Styles. Same thing with, I can't say Randy Orton, because hell, he doesn't even care. He picks and chooses when he wants to.
He picks and chooses when he wants to care.
You know, Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. I mean, you think about which pay-per-view that was where they had their very first match where they opened up the show. It was either a Royal Rumble or it was a SummerSlam or Survivor Series. It's one of those. But they opened up the show and they had a bomb ass match, and it wasn't that long either. But they had a bomb ass match, and it's just like you have to search for these fucking gems of matches within WWE because they're so handcuffed. But you think about NXT, where they're able to have the freedom they want to go out there and have a good show. But the moment that they touch the main roster, they have to follow this copy and paste in-ring style that completely gimps everything that they used to do. You know,
and then only that, but
what is up with that? Like, is that just safety procedures via main roster, or like
it could be?
Why are we cupping Ricochet? You know,
but
because
I think another one of the issues I think I see it as, because I remember, and y'all can feel free to chime in on this too, especially now since WWE is about to get ready to start traveling again. I had this conversation with my brother because I think it was after TakeOver New Orleans. And I told him, I said, I think, and this was at the time, I told him, I think NXT can put on these matches they put on because they didn't have to travel like the main roster did. So you could have that banger of a ladder match NXT did in New Orleans, and they really didn't have to. They just had to worry about who's going to show up at NXT next week. Yeah. While in WWE's case, you could have a Hell in a Cell Sunday, show up on Raw Monday, then have to travel to whatever town Tuesday to wrestle a house show, and this and the other. So you might not want to, quote unquote, put your best foot forward when you might have to wrestle 4 or 5 days in 1 week.
Well, that's when you utilize your 38 other superstars and
Now,
put them on the show.
This was the asterisk I had. Last year, they wasn't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they had a year. And like you said, when you have to, there should be no reason why a Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan match should surprise you that the match was good.
Yeah.
You know, there should be no reason to hear, oh shit, Asuka and such actually put on a good match. That should not be phrases we should have to use.
True.
I should not have to roll my eyes or groan anytime I hear Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, or Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, or and I know that this one is agreed upon, Charlotte and insert name here.
Exactly. Like, that shouldn't be a crazy idea. Like, for instance, WrestleMania Backlash. It shouldn't be a crazy idea that Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Drew McIntyre had a good match. That shouldn't be a foreign concept. Like,
you're right.
That should not be foreign. Like, I don't get it, but that's the one thing why I always keep saying, personally, I could never turn my back on NXT, because whether those guys get called up to the main roster, whether they get released or whatever, that time frame they spend in NXT is so enjoyable that I can remember a person, quote unquote, as they were. Like, I can remember Ricochet in NXT. I can remember, I can remember whoever else. I can remember Crazy Nikki Cross. You know,
yes.
I can remember all the hell. I know. I can even remember Charlotte.
Oh yeah, of course. And in NXT Charlotte, absolutely.
These people, because their tenure in NXT was so great. But I will never put it the way AOW said it, with the whole, I don't want to watch NXT because I know what's in the future for them. That's not fair to that talent. That's not fair to them.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, that's and I feel the same way that you do, because I think even when NXT had originally started, you know, I wasn't really hurting to watch, especially when it actually came on, when they started syndicating on the network initially, when it was going for 1 hour at that point in time. And you know, I wasn't rushing out to watch it, but then, you know, it caught my eye after a few times. I was like, okay, let me watch this more. Let me watch it more. And I started watching it more consistently. And it became one of my favorite shows.
You know what got me to watch NXT?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember. This was before, what was it? Unstoppable was the Fatal 4-Way match with Sami Zayn winning the title.
I remember when he won the title, yeah.
Okay. If you remember, I don't know if you remember, there was a Raw segment where they featured those 4 men in a tag team match, if I remember correctly. That it was the weekend, it was the week of their takeover, because this is when the takeovers was still, this is when NXT was strictly on the network.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a special Raw segment where they had those 4 men, I think, in a tag team match. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? And it was like, I had heard of NXT, but it was like, why the fuck am I not watching this? And so NXT, that takeover was the first time I truly watched NXT, and I never stopped since.
Yeah.
All because they was featured on Raw.
See?
Hell, and I remember, so let me tell you how crazy this is, just to tell a quick story. NXT was doing a house show, and this is when Finn was champion, and this is when Bayley was women's champion. They was doing a house show in Houston, at the Retention Center, and
yeah, we might have been at the same show, Scoot.
What's up?
We might have been at the same show.
We might have been. My brother and I went. It was, I can't remember exactly the matches, but I know it was Samoa Joe versus Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bailey, I think, fought Carmella.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were at the same show.
I know Dana Brooke fought somebody. Who else was all at that show?
Wasn't
Enzo,
Finn at that
like I
show?
said, I remember Enzo and Cass bringing out Carmella.
Yep. And you couldn't teach that.
Solomon Crow fought somebody there, but it was all this talent.
Don't remember that one.
And then especially seeing all the talent then to seeing them now. And after we saw the show, my brother was like, "That's the first time I watched anything NXT," and he was like, the only reason why we went because you were so excited about it. I was like, okay, let's go. And ever since then, he watched NXT.
I think that was my first ever NXT show as well, to be honest.
Like, that's the first time he ever watched NXT. And it was like, there is something magical with this brand.
Yes.
And they never lost it. Even when they go through their changes of the roster, they never lose it. They might have to kind of pick it back up. They might have to kind of, do it. But they never lost the magic to where it's like, I'm not never watching this again. NXT has never made me feel that way. And seeing what happened last night with the whole Cole situation and all that, and Karrion was like, fam, I'm going to fight them all.
Yeah.
And, to kind of paraphrase things the way I like to paraphrase things, not only am I going to fight them all, but I'm going to fuck all 4 of them up. because if they think they want this title from me, because the thing is, so I'm going to admit, I didn't see the end of the segment. After Karrion told Regal to shut up, I went back to the Resident Evil stream. Then when I turned back, and the first thing I saw was the Fatal 5-Way graphic, I think I screamed out. Because I was like, oh, this about to be a match.
Yeah. Pretty much Adam Cole just wiped off all the shit from the announce table, stood on that, talked some more shit, then threw a water bottle at what looked like it looked like it was intended for Scarlett, but Karrion got in the way of it. And then he kept talking shit as he walked out the back way to get away from Karrion.
Yeah, Karrion looked legit, man.
He looked big mad.
Yeah, he looked like, yo, like the acting is done. Like I'm about to slap the shit out you. Like he had me convinced. Like Adam Cole, honestly, legitimately pissed him the fuck off.
Oh shit, maybe I can watch this.
I keep hearing how protective he is of Scarlett. I thought that was just kayfabe. No,
that's what I was looking at because the way the water bottle went and how Karrion he had the instinct to guard her when that water bottle flew at him. And that's why I was like, and the way he turned around was just like, I was like, I think he might be legit mad. He might be real pissed off. Like they might get into it after that shit. But I don't know.
Looking at Scarlett like, nah, baby, I'm gonna talk to Vince. That was some bullshit.
But yeah, I think one of the reasons why NXT has been doing so well or has that same luster is because of the fact that there's a camaraderie between the talent and backstage, where backstage actually trusts the talent to do what it is that they have them on there to do, and again, that's what old WWE used to have. They used to have it to where, you had guys like Shawn, Taker, Triple H, Rock, Stone Cold. They would trust them, and that they would not handcuff them to scripted promos here and there. They would say, you know what, hey, these are bullet points. Go out there and handle your business, because they were the stars. People came there to see them for what they did, not whatever the show produced. It was for these superstars. And I think and it's the same thing that AEW has. Everybody knows that they are there because they believe in the talent that put this shit together. So, they can have like with that whole bullshit with the authority and Vince McMahon coming out and saying, hey, we listen to the fans and all this and that, spewing that bullshit because nobody truly believed that.
Nobody.
It's
Nobody.
They say the fans control the show, and it's like on WWE, no, it's not. They'll say that, but you can actually see on NXT, you can see on AEW that the fans control those shows because they listen to them. So it's just a matter of time before it finally clicks in. But
who I remember this for sure, that the Miz actually has creative control over his stuff. But who else besides him actually has creative control anymore?
New Day.
Yeah, New Day.
Okay.
Randy, of course.
Randy, definitely. AJ Styles to an extent.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. Grant, if he's still signed, if he's going to re-sign, he does.
Roman.
Roman, definitely, because of Paul. Charlotte.
So then, does Roman technically have control, or is that just Paul feeding him lines?
I mean, he has control. Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Of course, Charlotte, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I think Charlotte might be the only woman.
That's sad.
Unless Bayley and maybe Sasha might too, but
I would hope Bayley and Sasha have some kind of control.
Me too.
I think they do. I would say that they do, especially after the Golden Role Models stuff. Yes. I'm pretty sure that they definitely would have to have. I think all the four horsemen would probably should, because I think Becky still has some type of pull. Granted, the shit with Shayna didn't work in her favor, but for the most part, she has some type of pull.
Makes sense.
So, I think anybody that's generated like merchandise shit for them has some type of pull.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you're Rusev.
That was some stupid.
Yeah, but sorry guys, I know we went off on a bit of a tangent, but hey, it's what you come here for.
Pop off, good sir. Pop off.
You definitely don't come here for us to recap the entire show. You come to hear our opinion, so you got it. But speaking of introducing new talent, NXT introduced new talent flawlessly. Nobody knows Carmelo Hayes like that, but they introduced him. And I believe he's something else. I don't know where he's from exactly, but
because I forgot what they said his original name was.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually find it. Watch it, man. I can't say actually find. I'm gonna find it because Google works magic. But yeah, I mean it's interesting. Oh wait, no, hold up. That's
what you about to hit us with?
Absolutely nothing. Christian Casanova.
It sounds like a B-list movie actor. Nothing against Mr. Casanova.
Let's see where he was before. Because obviously they're not going to say where he came from before that, but I'm pretty sure it had to be somewhere that they don't think too highly of on most cases, or at least Vince doesn't.
What, you didn't just spend some time in Japan?
Yeah. No. Oh wow. No. He's definitely straight up indie wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're talking about Beyond Wrestling, Chaotic Wrestling, Northeast Championship Wrestling, Limitless Wrestling, Lucky Pro Wrestling, Return to Northeast Wrestling, and that's it. Yeah, he's definitely indie circuit for real.
Like deep.
Yeah, but he was ranked 346 on the top 500 on the PWI. So
it's a nice mid card.
Yeah, good shit. I mean, look, guy has a nice build. Yeah, yeah, he definitely has a good look. You can tell he is passable on the mic. This match in itself didn't really do too much for me because
not really.
It really wasn't. Exactly, and it wasn't somebody that I seen as like a credible threat, especially somebody who you're just bringing on. If it was anybody else, like normally, and it's weird. I mean, I guess with him, I guess with him answering the open challenge, I guess it would make sense. But at the same time, I'm looking at Kushida and I'm like, yo, Kushida's untouchable at this point until he comes. It's going to be a name that beats Kushida for that title.
That's
period.
why I didn't really remember who you were talking about right now because I fast forwarded through this match.
I think they really want Kushida and Devlin to go at it.
Yeah, it's crazy how they haven't had any other interactions since that last time that they talked.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be saving that.
It might be.
Because does Kushida have an opponent for In Your House?
Nope.
Okay. So they could be if he's going to defend that title. I can't because they may not have him defend that title on
Yeah, they might not because I'm pretty sure with the 3 matches they announced, 3 or 4, that it's only going to be probably a couple of more.
Yeah, that Fatal 5-Way is going to definitely take up most of that.
And that's crazy because now I think about it, the NXT Women's Champion Tag Team Championships aren't being defended because it was supposed to be for Shotzi and Ember, but since they're out of that, and Ember is gonna challenge for the women's title.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
On behalf of Raquel, sorry, not sorry.
For what? That's Ember, not Bay.
No, I'm talking about the fact that y'all not getting them tag team title shots right now because
they'll get them back.
Because Raquel got pissed.
I mean, Raquel got pissed, but I mean, I'll attribute 80% of that to Dakota Kai.
Okay, but yeah, so far we got Ember and Raquel.
So which whole big ass?
We got a Fatal 5-Way. We got Bronson versus Santos, and we have LA Knight and Cameron so far.
Oh, and we got Xia Li.
Oh, Xia Li. So we have 5 matches already. So they might add one, maybe 2 more.
Yeah,
but
so
I mean, good showing for Carmelo. But once again, it was pretty obvious that the time splitter wasn't losing that belt.
True that. And he goes over.
Wasn't this like the shortest match too, like of the night?
No.
Damn, it might have been.
It was close, but it wasn't because the shortest match went to Candice and Indy going against Zoe Stark and Zeta Ramir.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, this match.
Yo,
before this match though, we gotta talk about that bit. Their little promo.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, they had an interview. Shout out to Mackenzie. She basically was talking about Karrion Kross defending this title, and Candice didn't like that too much because she said, "You have the women's tag team champion standing right here.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, Johnny's going to beat Karrion Kross for the NXT World Championship." So that's that. But as she was talking, Indy was looking sad in the back with headphones on, clearly listening to some sad music. Well, the 80s power ballads is what it was when Candice took the phone and looked at it. And of course, the cliche stuff. As soon as she took the headphones on, the volume miraculously turned up.
Right.
So you could hear what was playing. And
good old WWE.
Who came into frame? Good old Dexter Loomis came into the frame and picked up the headphones, which I don't know why they left Indy's phone right there. Like, that's just weird. But
that is,
you know what? It's funny because that's the second weird thing that made no sense that the women's side of the way have done, because the first one was the credit card stuff at the spa. Then this. You're just gonna leave somebody's phone just chilling there? Like, that's it? But hey, but Dexter picked it up, so I'm pretty sure Indy will get that phone.
Look,
back.
there's a trust system involved at the locker room in NXT.
Not whatever rides around. They would have stole that shit.
That's what Dexter got to
yeah.
at first.
So a nice little subtle continuation of this whole indie and or this index stuff going on. So we'll see how that plays out.
Y'all catch that solitary tear running down his face? Yeah.
Poor Dex.
That's it. I want my baby back tear.
Oh man.
He gonna get his indie.
Hey,
he gonna get his indie.
I know this match happened. This match was cool. I love the Wicked Stepsister until whatever they said Indy's finisher was called too.
I forgot the name her Macho Man Randy Savage flying elbow drop?
Yeah, they called it something.
They do. But, I can't remember what it was.
But I mean, all four ladies though. I'm gonna just say that all four ladies.
Jesus.
Yes.
But
yes.
Since this was more of a story building match, really wasn't nothing to really discuss with this one. The one thing I want to bring up, because I can't remember where it fell in the show. Can we talk about kudos to NXT for bringing continuity?
Oh, they always do for the most part.
What you mean?
They let
excuse me,
Xia Li challenge Mercedes Martinez because it was like, yo, fam, you beat me 4 years ago, and I still have
yeah. Oh yeah.
I loved it. I love the fact that she was like, you beat me in that tournament 4 years ago, and I haven't forgot, and I want my revenge. And trust and believe, I'm not the same Xia you fought then.
I love that's Mercedes acknowledging that.
Yeah, it's a big shout out to NXT for making it make sense, because they could have easily stated that this match came out of nowhere. She's just challenging her because she competed against Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship and passed her up. But for the fact that they brought in the stuff from 4 years ago with the Mae Young Classic and saying, yo, this shit's been eating at me for the longest. Like, I'm not going to let that shit slide. So I'm going to make this right by taking you out, and then I'm going to go on about my business and handle some other shit. So, yeah, kudos to NXT for keeping that continuity. So Big Brother main roster could learn a thing or two from Little Brother developmental.
Them learn shit?
No, they won't learn shit.
No.
But yeah, going from this to the main event. The NXT Tag Team Championships were on the line, defended by none other than MSK against Legado del Fantasma. Of course, after that big nose shot that Raul Mendoza took from Ciampa, he was wearing a nice protective mask to keep his nose from getting smashed again. And this match in itself was more development to the tag team division, which, of course, had all its players in order. This match, again, another good match. You can't count out MSK, and especially with Wild and Mendoza for that, because they've been tearing it up as a tag team ever since the Dusty Classic. Like they've been moving like crazy, and then racking up wins regardless of how nefarious it was, depending on who got involved in what match whatsoever. They still got the W, so that's what counts.
No.
This match had some potential interference by GYV, Scoot's favorite tag team.
Soon to be recognized.
They were. I don't know what their plans were when they were trying to go out to the ring, but those plans got thwarted, whatever they were, because Thatcher and Ciampa quickly came out to let them know, yo, we not done with y'all, and we're gonna force y'all to not be done with us. So they cleared them out of ringside and fought them all the way to the back. But during that time, you had the match continue, and then you had Wesley thrown outside the ring right in front of Santos Escobar. Santos decided to get involved and throw Lee right into the steel steps. Now, of course, they weren't the Nigerian steel steps that Apollo has.
Otherwise, West wouldn't have got up.
Yeah, it would have been a title change right then and there.
Oh yeah.
But of course, now I'm clearly going to call them this now because after the involvement of Bronson Reed, they are now, from what I'm saying, MS Cole Sheeta.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because look, it's an unofficial stable. These guys are clearly rocking together. That's Bronson Reed, MSK, and Kushida. Obviously, look, there's a part of me that wishes that they would form just a stable, just to ease my curiosity. But there's another part of me that likes the old school shit where it's like, you know what, we just rocking together. We don't have to have a name. We just here. We just look out for each other. Period. So, especially right after MSK won. Now there was definitely a part of me that almost assumed for a quick second that Legado del Fantasma was going to take those titles just for a split second because of the way that they were rocking.
It was a couple of moments where I was like, could this happen?
Yeah. And what's funny is that when that was going on, every time I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it.
Right? It would have been
weird.
all right. Sorry, I definitely thought of it as a possibility, but I came into this match going, no, that's like MSK wins this. But as I kept watching and as interferences happened, I was like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's another crazy thing because now thinking about it, those tag titles aren't getting defended in your house. And I clearly think because we had this match, I don't know if they're going to set up. I mean, they could set up another match, but part of me really doubts it.
Right.
Because I think they might end up having GYV and Thatcher and Ciampa go at it again at In Your House.
That'd be fun.
So, but Bronson Reed and Santos Escobar is definitely a possibility for now. It's not official yet, but I'm pretty sure by next week it's going to be an official match for sure.
No, I thought it was official. Santos and Bronson.
Right now it's only showing 4 matches.
I was only showing 4. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that's missing right now. So, but I mean, it's got to be happening.
Yeah, at this point,
for me, it needs to happen because Bronson is going to need he's going to have to rack up defenses because he's clearly going to lose that title to Swerve. But he's got to rack up some defenses like in this, and he's going to have to do it like fast. And that means he's probably going to have to go against Santos, Theory, somebody else, and then somebody else, and then Swerve. So, yeah, I see probably 4 defenses and then lose to Swerve. And then Swerve and Hit Row are going to be trying to rack up some fucking gold. So,
speaking of Theory, what happened with Theory and Orny Loken? Orny Lorcan.
So, I'm glad. I'm glad you brought that up. I think they made it wrestling next week, but they made it official, but
next week.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Like so, they're backstage in that like first aid or infirmary or whatever. All 3 of the competitors were sent back there because of Adam Cole. Pretty much Oney Lorcan's like he sees the cameraman. He's like, get that camera out of here. He's like, the only reason that Pete Dunne is not your number 1 contender right now is because of Adam Cole. And then Austin Theory follows up right behind. He's like, whoa. Like the only reason that Johnny Gargano is not your contender to fight Karrion Kross is because of Adam Cole. And they just
what's
started,
crazy
doing all that.
And I'm glad they didn't do this because they could have easily done some cheesy shit and had Bobby Fish back there and then get in the middle of it, which I'm glad they didn't because I'm like, yo, keep them separate. Let O'Reilly and Fish do their own thing. He don't need to be his lackey and this other shit. So this was perfect. So Yeah, but I guess they're gonna wrestle each other for no fucking reason at all. But hey, I'm for it. You know, a heel
My guy's
against the
better
heel.
than your guy.
There
That's
you
all
go.
I'm seeing it off of.
It's like it's like your dad can't beat my dad.
Oh, there we
That's what it
go.
sounds like.
My dad can beat up your dad.
So yeah, so now we're gonna end up having that some lackey against lackey bullshit.
It's Austin Theory though, so it'll be entertaining.
Exactly, and which 9 times out of 10 he'll probably get the win, but I think it will be a good match because of Orny Loken. He's a good fucking worker. So
yeah,
which is okay. There it is. He's a utility player. Perfect.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, but that was pretty much NXT in a nutshell. It was a solid show as far as for story. I mean, some of the mid stuff, it was all right, but it was really for the bookend. You know, you had the beginning of the show with all the shenanigans and all the story build, and then you had at the end, and then a little bit of the middle here with Cole and Cross and everything with Regal. Hopefully, whatever's happening with Regal and him losing control of NXT comes into some type of just like, yo, we need to have a state of NXT where I talk to every fucking body, and y'all gonna know that this is my house. I run this shit.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward, especially now that Cole's back, to see what the fuck happens, and more of what we all tend to miss. Io Shirai absent like a motherfucker. I don't know what's happening on her end.
I'm telling you, they're gonna bring her up.
No, she cannot go. She cannot go right now. They too trigger happy with pulling the fire trigger on everybody.
Making all these cuts, they're gonna be like, all right, Shirai, here's your $1 million contract.
And I guarantee she will go to Japan and she will not come back. Look, Evil's waiting for her. Evil is waiting for her. I mean, she's probably over there now.
Evil. Wait, are they together?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think I realized
that oddly fits.
I think I realized why that Jake Van Atlas and LA Knight match went on so long.
Oh.
Don't forget, there was one match we didn't get this week.
Which match?
Imperium versus Brazungo.
Was that supposed to be on the card?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why all the other matches went long? To just like make up time for that? Huh.
I think
why
so.
did we not get that?
I don't know. But it was supposed to be this week. I don't remember them saying in 2 weeks that was supposed to happen.
COVID.
So,
anyway, no, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I think Brazungo and Imperium was supposed to be this week. So they might be saving it for next week, but that was supposed to be a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got nothing that comes up on this one right now. So yeah, but with that, we got any closing thoughts on this week's episode of NXT or the third, fourth fucking Black Wednesday shenanigans?
The Diamond Mine is opening soon, guys.
Fucking
tell me what the fuck it is first. Like, I won't. I give 0 fucks until then.
But other than that, I do want to give shout out to, once again, Alistair, Lana, Braun, Ruby, Santana, and Buddy. Hopefully y'all bounce back.
Wasn't he just Murphy?
He was, but then they re-put the Buddy back on. I think.
Yeah.
I think. But I do want y'all 6 to bounce back and bounce back stronger.
For sure.
But yeah, it sucks, especially with rumors of more cuts.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared myself.
Next
Wednesday, WWE releases Becky Lynch. Oh shit.
You got any close thoughts?
Don't do it.
But then too, I think what's even worse, all of these cuts are happening while they're steady promoting Eva Marie is coming back.
Are they really? Wait, on the daily shows?
On
Raw.
Yeah. They've been promoting Eva Marie coming back for like the last good month now. So all those cuts that happened a couple of weeks ago have happened with the whole Eva Marie teasing to come back, and then these cuts just happened. So it's like it all looks funny that all of these cuts are happening, but Eva Marie is about to come back to Raw.
Yeah, because that happened because the cuts that Mickie James was part of happened, and then right after that they promoted Eva Marie coming back, which is fucking crazy. And then they have more cuts, but yet she's still being promoted.
Why is Eva Marie such a prize?
I don't know.
Well, she's got tenure, sure, but she's not. She wrestled like shit in the ring, guys.
Look,
she did.
Somebody clearly wants the Divas era back.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some of with the way some of the fits had been, or at least the ones that I've caught, it feels like it.
It's crazy. Now they could make that work. Like if they want to bring Eva Marie in and have her revitalize the Divas title as just her title, not a legitimate title, but just being that,
like an FTW title.
Yeah, it could be a cool storyline. I'd be fine with that if they played it up right. But they're not. They're creatively bankrupt, so they're not gonna do shit like this. Clearly, look, anybody in the IWC can book Raw better than the people that they hire to book Raw. That is a definite fact. And it's sad.
To start things off, I would say, all right, who have we seen way too much of? All right, let's take them off for like a month. Yeah. Let's make the people miss them again.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's ridiculous.
It's like y'all want some more Asuka? No? Well, guess what you're getting. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's
who wants to see Asuka get buried?
Right.
Nobody.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just a sad thing, man. I with WWE, I don't even know what to fucking think. I mean, it's just weird.
Just do like WWE and don't.
But yeah, I can't wait for that Fatal 5-Way. Of course, I can't wait to see Raquel though and Ember. But I'm ready for In Your House next Sunday. Not this Sunday coming up, but next Sunday. Yeah.
Same.
I'm definitely ready for it.
What about you, Jaeger? Final thoughts.
I gotta echo Scoot and say, damn, that Fatal 5-Way is gonna be legit. I'm a little worried for the losers of that match, though. We'll see where they go.
We're going right to Raw.
That Raquel match, though, I'm ready to see Shotzi come back with a vengeance. I see that happening at least. She'll make up an appearance.
For nothing. Nothing, sir.
Oh, you know what could happen, Scoot. Oh, you know what could happen. I mean, you could have Shotzi show up. Ember could walk out with some gold. I don't know, man.
No, that's definitely not happening.
Nah, probably not.
You must be outside your mind right now,
sir. I don't know if I need to remind you, but you need to check your name right there in the bottom corner.
I know what I put. I purposely put it there to troll you, sir.
It's all right. I'm just saying you sound like a fan right now.
To actually troll you.
I'm just saying, sir, you sound like a fan right now.
I am a fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me also make public to the fans here. This gentleman down here was the one that sent me the eBay link.
I did.
Talking about how somebody made an authentic Shotzi Blackheart Freddy Krueger jacket. I had no idea of this thing's existence.
Huh.
But but it looked like Scoot's been following some Shotzi news. So I'm just saying,
it was posted from her account that it was the jacket she wore.
It was her IG. I'll admit that, but I mean, damn man, I look at her IG. I didn't even catch that until you had pointed it out. I'm just saying, if Shotzi ends up showing up, helping somebody get a W, I could definitely see you that Scooty be quite behind these things.
Okay. She ain't losing that title no time soon.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
It would be a very WWE move if she lost it in your house.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's only one woman that I can think of that's going to take that belt from Raquel Gonzalez.
Frankie Monet. No, I'm kidding. Oh shit, you thinking about it?
No.
Okay.
I would hope not, but that's not the woman I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the Captain Marvel of NXT.
Tegan Knox, baby.
That's the only woman I see beating Raquel for that title.
Y'all.
Unless they give it to Frankie.
She did cut a little promo that we didn't talk about. But
she did. But I mean,
exactly. We don't need to talk about it.
She talked about her debut, and I'm not all about her debut, so it don't matter.
Beasley, what you got?
Before I came on here and I said, just like with all these releases, I said, hey, WWE, if you're not using people, let them go and flourish and do what they want to do. I have to change that just slightly because now they're just getting too trigger happy. I gotta just say, just use your fucking talent. Let them flourish. Like, you don't have to, like, if you're gonna pay these people, use them. If not, then don't fucking hire them. Let them take contracts elsewhere. Don't wait for AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan to take their eye on somebody and say, hey, we want them, and then all of a sudden, you want to pull them from that. Just stop.
Right.
Or what's crazy, it's funny. You could not be Sony PlayStation and just play well with everybody else. That's another thing you could do.
Yeah. Instead of trying to get exclusivity rights on everything.
And it's funny because Paul Heyman said it best in a promo a long time ago with Vince McMahon. He said, your father before you shook hands of other promoters and said they're not going to compete with you. Basically playing well with everybody else.
Right.
Vince McMahon shut that shit down almost immediately. Territories abolished.
Right.
If you play well with others, you just might get your prominence back to where it needs to be. You might get eyes back on the product. Hell, you might even get New Japan to play well with you instead of playing you for a fool.
So there was a rumor, in the rumor fields of WWE getting put up for sale. Mm-hmm. There's talk of a prospective buyer being one Tony Khan.
He could do it. He's got the bills. He's got the dollar bills to do it.
He can.
And if he did it,
that would be the ultimate M. Night Shyamalan twist.
It would.
You think about the kayfabe Shane McMahon buying WCW. Mm-hmm. This would be that in real life.
Yes.
Yep. So the way I look at it, and obviously because Tony Khan is such Tony Khan's a fucking mark. It's like everybody else in IWC. He would probably put Triple H in charge of that shit.
Possibly.
And have them run that because Tony Khan honestly doesn't want to run every fucking thing.
Yeah.
But he would like to play well with everybody else. And Kenny would probably love to take the WWE championship. That shit ain't happening. But
Oh,
yeah,
definitely the NXT title though. He could definitely take that.
Oh yeah, I can see that. They definitely let Kenny beat Karrion Kross.
Oh, that'd be a great fucking match though.
Oh man, all the possibilities. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have some hot topics to talk about on Hot Tag when we get back to doing that like crazy. But Scoot, while we make our exit out of here, let these people know where they can find you and where those other motherfuckers can find the smoke.
You can't find me. You know why you can't find me? Because I'm up there. That's why.
Cool.
Your vision can't see far enough to see me up there. That's the problem. So don't even worry about it. It's impossible to see me because I'm just up there. Way up there.
Not the pinnacle, y'all.
I'm not the pinnacle because when you think you at the pinnacle, look up. Look up.
Scootical.
And that's where you will find me. But I guess
it just sounds so suggestive.
Right? I guess IG, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, the ScooterRay or ScooterRay, ever which one. That's where you can find me. Of course, the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. You can find me with them at Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. All one big word on all platforms that you can think of. It's there are some with almost all of them that I can think of. But yeah,
they got the podcast now too,
and we also got the podcast too. It's on Spotify, it's on Anchor, it's on Google. It's called Ninja Banter, where we just be talking or talk.
Yep.
But other than that, I'm up there. I'm up there.
Scootical.
At the Scootical. Mr. Jaeger Bombastic. Where can the ladies of the IWC find you, sir?
Well,
let them get a piece.
Well, when the air gets too thin for y'all, trying to get to the Scootical, you can come back down to earth and find me in my little shack, just minding my own. All entrants welcome, ladies especially. As I said it in After Dark, ladies, mamas, Sanchez, all are welcome. But you got to get down here to this Jaeger Bombastic at the Instagrams, not the Facebooks. Please don't try and find me on Facebooks. Twitter though, Twitch. I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna keep that. I might do the Mr. Deasley thing and go to YouTube. Xbox, PlayStation, all that fun shit.
Yep. Indeed.
However,
of course.
However, Mr. Dizzle, we're the sizzle.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Where are you at, man?
Well, Mr. Deasley with the Seasley, as you so eloquently put it. Find it at your IGs, Twitters, your YouTubes, your TikToks, all that good shit. Of course,
I keep forgetting the TikToks. Yeah, that's a thing for me. Yeah,
it's cool, man. It's a nice little quick time waster when you have it. But yeah, for those of you who's looking for that positivity or new direction in your life, especially when Scoot hurts your feelings all the way from the Scootical, you can always check out the Lifestyle One Up page on your IGs, your Twitters, your TikToks, eventually the YouTubes. But of course, you can always find it at all your podcast listening platforms to get that daily dose of positivity. But
I can think of 6 people in particular who would like to use some of that positivity in their life.
Wait. Before we go.
We waiting. Standing by.
July 17th and 18th. The new AEW Women's Champion will be in Houston for Comic Palooza.
These are
That's
facts.
for my birthday, y'all.
So
That's for the man's
if
birthday.
y'all made it this far in the podcast, we need to start an official campaign for us three to try to interview Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So we need the hashtag DMD for TAG to start trending.
Ooh, that's good shit.
That is good shit.
DMD for TAG.
Or TAG. Throw that in the hashtags when we load this shit up.
Yeah, we're gonna start hashtagging it to make sure we're gonna try to get that interview, even if it's just a 5-minute interview.
It's fine.
DMD for TAG. So if you made it this far, we need to get this thing trending.
Oh, that campaign's gonna go strong, stronger than that "Live Forever Rise" bullshit.
But they fucked up when they tried to. You know what? Don't get me
They're
started
still
on that
around
again.
though. They're
Don't get me
still
started on that
around
again.
though.
But they won't be in Limp's camp.
You
So
know
it's
what?
all good.
You know what, man? Somebody must be listening to us because as soon as we start talking about Everrise like this, it starts showing up on the camera more and more now.
No more.
Doing them a favor. But
Must be.
either way, you're gonna see us again. All of you. All of you.
Oh, yeah.
And we will get Miss Dr. Britt Baker DMD somewhere on this channel, whether she talks to us, whether she takes a picture, whether she does something, there's going to be an interaction that happens, and it's going to be on this channel. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Taking notes on a can.
As we send off, let me give it 2 sweets to my bros. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bam. And until you see us on a good old Saturday when we cover AEW Dynamite for this Friday.
How would you do that? AEW? Yeah.
There you go. Close enough.
Yeah.
But until you hear these amazing voices and see these handsome faces, till next time, tag out.